want to take a moment to talk about censorship. Actual, legitimate, 100% censorship. And if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that almost in every instance, I am anti-censorship. I don't believe it. I think that artists should be able to make their art and either put it out independently or through some sort of publisher or company that is willing to have their back. Even if the company's values don't necessarily align with that of the artist, I think that artists should be able to get their art out there and then let the market decide. That's the way the way the cookie crumbles. You know, something's popular, maybe they'll get to do it again. If not, I get it. It's just the way it is. But I don't agree with any form of censorship. And, you know, Disney doing this with a Marvel property, I want to say that I'm shocked and surprised, but I'm not really. And based on the current election, and all the people just a week ago, they were telling me this isn't going to happen. Nothing like this is going to change. Things are going to be the same. He's just going to come in and magically fix the economy and make sure that we're safe. Well, no, we're seeing the ramifications of this already. And this is the Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur series here. And this came out yesterday, a fully completed episode, of the Marvel TV series Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, set for early season 2, has been shelved due to the party that won the recent election. One of the crew members on the show even went out to call this a lost media episode. More on that in a moment. Here's a tweet. So I guess I finally got hit with one of the project's episodes I worked on is getting shelved because of which party that won the recent election. It breaks my heart knowing that this impactful and amazing episode is now about to be considered a lost media episode. But wait a minute, Eric. I thought that people were telling us that we were overreacting, that we shouldn't be worried about things like this happening. And look, not even sworn in, not even the president yet. And already the news of what these companies are expecting is causing them to have a knee-jerk reaction. And that is doing stuff like this. So in the episode in question here, there is a transgender character named Brooklyn. And I guess just that character existing in the episode was enough for them to go, you know what? Conservatives aren't going to like this, and we don't want to put our neck on the line. We're no longer allies. No longer allies. So, I mean, I would say Disney, don't put out any Pride stuff next year. Just literally, if when things get tough, that's when your true allyship shows. If you are willing to go out on a limb and be uncomfortable with the people who are being affected by this, then that is what an ally does. You know, a rainy day ally, you know, may look at things differently, or people that are virtue signaling may look at things differently. But for me, an ally is someone that's there when times get tough, and it's not going to get any tougher for us, I believe, than over the next 4 years. So if you're willing to go ahead and cave to that now without even giving it a shot, that concerns me. And I'm really hoping that the companies who truly believe in being allies and truly believe in diverse creators stands by them. Because this isn't a good look for me. And also the people who are so against government overreach, so against studio meddling and censoring stuff, they're really quiet on this. And this has been out for over 24 hours now, meaning that by now it would have already hit their news cycle and they would have already been making videos about it, but they're not going to because it's a trans character. It's a queer episode of TV, and they don't want to stick up for censorship or anti-censorship in this regard, because to them, this is okay. This is where we are. And look, I'm going to even pull this up over here. Transgender right advocates say that the election of Trump and his allies marks a major setback. And we're seeing it already. We're seeing it happen in real time, right in front of us. But remember, we're the ones overreacting. We're the ones that are thinking this is going too far. I'm telling you right now, every single person that I've talked to who has laughed about this, who's been like, oh, this is just, you know, you're being stupid. What about this? Is this being stupid? They shelved an entire episode of a finished episode, completely done and ready to go, not because of quality. It wasn't necessarily a bad episode. They signed off on it. The episode is, well, by the way, the episode is already out online. They've already leaked the episode, so it's out there now. So it wasn't about quality control in that regard, or art, or writing, or anything like that. It literally was because they didn't want to have a trans character on the series after the election. And so I can't imagine why everyone out there who is so anti-government overreach, who is so pro-creative, who is so all about let the people making the stuff make their stuff without any censorship, why they're so quiet. I wonder why that is. I wonder what the reason is for them being quiet about this one. Is it because it features a black girl as the lead? Is that why? Is it because it's a Marvel project? Is it because it's from Disney and you guys are now bootlicking Disney? Now you're okay with Disney committing censorship? I mean, let's be honest. You guys have been asking for it for a while. You complained about Lightyear. You complained about that. You've complained about any and everything with diversity in it. So for you, this is a win, right? This is a win. So Disney swooping in and censoring art is a win for you now. So now you're cool with it. Now we're good. Now you're besties with Disney. And you want them to continue doing this. You want them to continue to censor it. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. I already know. I already know that this aligns with whatever your fucked up values are when it comes to queer people. And therefore, removing an entire episode of a series because it happens to have a trans character in it is totally okay with you. You have no issue with it. And you're going to come up with every excuse under the sun in the comments for why that is. Everything is going to be an excuse. There is no excuse for censorship of art when you've already signed off on it. This was something that Disney had already agreed to. It was finished. It was in the roster for the season. After the election happened, they said, no, we're not going to put it out because they're worried about it now. They're worried about what it looks like as an ally in 2025. So that's just the reality of it. There's no getting around it. There's no pretending. Literally censorship. And the difference is this wasn't one of the writers changing something. It wasn't the art directors changing anything. It wasn't like they decided it didn't work within the season on the creative side. It was the studio coming in and telling them they're not going to be able to air this episode. Why are y'all so quiet? What's the reason? It's a Marvel show. It's a Disney show. It's got a black girl as the lead. This seems like it's right up the alley of stuff that y'all would be talking about. Except this time, the censorship is something you agree with. And therefore, you're cool with it. It's noted. I'm keeping track of all this. Again, I'm right. I will continue to be right. And everybody that keeps telling me I'm overreacting, that I'm wrong, we're going to see more of this.